Hello, you are listening to Sacred Rebel Radio with YolandaShoshana, and I'm your host, YolandaShoshana, but you can call me Shoshi. How are you? I hope you've been wonderful, filled with much love and light. It's a nice Sunday in New York City. I'm sipping coffee, and I have a little bit of blood orange essential oil and sandalwood burning in the back, and it smells so good. Blood orange oil is really good for bringing in like love and divination and happiness. It just is such a beautiful smell. I'm a huge fan of that blood orange. So, I have some updates. What are my updates? My updates are, I'm changing my newsletter around a little bit. So there's going to be probably a week break on that if you're on my email list. I hope you are. If not, please do sign up. But yeah, I'm making a little switch, which I think you will enjoy. Simplifying and all that good stuff. I like to make things easy for you all to have access to, whether you sign up for my newsletter or you go to a website and get it. I like to make it easy. We all get so many emails, and sometimes you just don't want a new one. So I make it available online as well. And my biggest update is I am starting a ministry. This is something that I have wanted to do for a while. I just didn't know what it would look like, but it's finally coming to me, the aha moments of what this will look like. Yes, so it will be a lifestyle ministry for women. I'll tell you more later, but I just wanted to kind of give you a heads up. And it's not changing the work that I do. I'm actually just putting it all together kind of under an umbrella, under lifestyle ministry. And I'm really excited. And a spirit has moved me to do this. So, I don't do mastery programs and boot camps and, all these big things that a lot of people do. This ministry part feels really right to me because I have a lot of spirituality in what I do, but I also like to have a lot of fun. And it's also about, making your life bigger, better, and bolder, and really getting women in touch with the divine feminine. So be on the lookout for more information about that. I am so thrilled, and I'm glad it's like coming together in my mind. And it won't look like, most typical ministries, of course, since I'm doing a lot of lifestyle in mine, but we'll have fun. We'll have a lot of fun and help you shift and shine and, really get in touch with your spirituality, because it's about all of us owning our own thing. It's not religious. It'll be spiritual. I'm Jewish, but I'm down hanging out with Christians and Muslims and whatever you want to celebrate. So this is really about spirituality, and I'll be pulling from all areas of spirituality. So I so look forward to working with you and that. So that's the big news. Yeah, I went to a really great event last night. I had fun with the people I was with. The event was okay. They finally brought out the champagne, so then of course it was fabulous. But it was at the Alvin Ailey Dance Studio. It was benefiting. It was like a food thing benefiting Spelman. I guess they're doing some type of research, and they had these chefs make a dinner, and then I was at the after party, which was, kind of fun, and got to hang out with my friend Sarah. It was a good time. So yeah, that's kind of it. As you know, I'm always bopping around and ripping and running, and I was exhausted yesterday. Oh, and I saw a friend of mine who I haven't seen in a while. Shout out to Pearl Gluck. But we have some fun stuff we may do together, which is really cool. She may help me on a little bit of my one-woman show, filming some stuff. So that would be really awesome if we make that happen. And I'm going to go visit her. She's a professor of film. And I'm going to go visit her in Pennsylvania, which should be fun. I've only been to parts of Pennsylvania. I would like to explore more of it since it's so close to New York. That's what I love about living on the East Coast, is there's things so close. You can get on a train or a bus and just pop in, and, I can be back in New York just like that. So we are progressing with the chakras, teaching on the chakras. And today we are getting into my favorite chakra, the heart chakra. The heart is so important. Love is so important. But the heart chakra, which is really one of the most complex, people think it's the most complex chakra. because it combines and deals with your physical and spiritual realm. It gets your lower chakras in tune with your top chakras, because it's right there in the middle. So it connects you to your lower and your upper chakras. Now, when the energy in your heart chakra is flowing, you might feel like you're more balanced, and you're able to come up with lots of ideas that you're able to actually put into action. It's like when you're passionate about something, your heart chakra is in play, and then you go for it and you make it happen. So that's kind of what that means. But when it's unbalanced, when your heart chakra is unbalanced, you might find that you feel you're not grounded, and you might feel out of it. You don't know what your passions are. You don't know. You might be confused about love. So if your heart chakra, if you feel like you have a broken heart as well, it kind of shuts down. It kind of slows down. I look at the heart chakra a lot when I'm doing clairvoyant readings, because it's like one of the key places I look, and I can always see when people are out of it, because that heart chakra just looks so funny, and then they don't know what path to be on. They don't know what their passions are. They might be confused about love, or they're heartbroken. I literally can feel people's pain when I look at the heart chakra. So it's really key for you to give your heart chakra some love and clean it out. And, we've all been bruised a little bit in our heart chakra from past relationships. It's good to let go of those things, and allow love to really flow in, because it affects everything you do from your top to your bottom. So some questions you might want to ask yourself about this area. This is also a check-in. Do you express your emotions from your heart? Some people don't. A lot of people express emotions from their head versus their heart. They don't follow their heart. They think in terms of, oh, well, this is logical. Like, it's logical for me to be in this relationship because this person is the father or mother of my child. It is logical to be in this relationship with someone because we've been together 3 years. But they never ask their heart the question, and that's really key. Or it's logical to stay at this job because it's the best I can do. It pays me more money than that thing I really love to do. So it's, do you express emotions from your heart? And another question you can ask yourself is, does your heart chakra feel fulfilled? Do you, are all of your emotional needs fulfilled? And start asking yourself these type of questions so you'll really know how in tune you are with your heart chakra. So a great way to open up this area is meditation. It's one of the best ways to open it up. I can't stress that to you more. Meditation is so beautiful for everything that we can do in life, and it helps to ground us and it helps us to be happier. But really meditating on the heart and what the heart wants is just a wonderful way to open it up, to get in touch and to ignite the passion that you have inside of you. And don't be scared of it, because when you've lived so much in your head versus your heart, you might find that you've taken a path you don't want to be on. But guess what? It's never too late to get back on the right path. Universe is letting you know that it's okay to feel those things. So some oils that you can use, because I'm big on the whole of magical aromatherapy and oils, is the orange blossom. I love orange blossom. This is essential oils I'm talking about. It relieves your emotional exhaustion. Like, citrus in general is good for pumping up your vibration to make you feel happier. It also opens up your third eye. But get some orange blossom, burn that a bit, or lavender. Lavender you can find very easily. Like, if you can't find an oil, you can find some lavender leaves, and that encourages emotional balance. I love lavender. It's one of my favorite essential oils because literally you can do so much with it. If you don't want to burn it, you can put it on your body. Lavender is one of the only essential oils that you can use without a carrier oil. But you want to use a carrier oil because it dissolves into your skin better. But if you don't have anything that's a carrier oil at the time, you can just go ahead and put it on. Carrier oils are like sweet almond oil, grapeseed oil, olive oil. So you have this in your kitchen. So you can, put a few drops of lavender, in it, or orange blossom, and you can put it on your body. Not too much. You can use more lavender than you can of orange blossom, but just a few drops is all you need. Or you can put it in a burner, a diffuser. Also, another great oil is rosemary, and you can just get rosemary, and this links you to your divine feminine, actually. So you might want to get a little rosemary oil, and it helps you with your heart and having more faith. So I recommend rosemary. So these oils will help you really get in touch with your heart chakra, and just to feel good in general, to help you move to your higher self, because we all could use a little help, right? Every once in a while I carry oils with me. I don't always do, but I like to I'll put a lavender in my bag because it's just easy. Like I said, if you don't want to carry around a bunch of oils, you can just take it out and sniff it a few times, and that actually moves your vibration and it moves your energy. So you don't have to do a lot to make yourself feel better, but these things are tools that you can use to incorporate and open up your heart chakra. So pay a little bit more attention to what's going on in your heart, and see where it takes you. It just might open up some amazing and magical things. So next week we'll be on the chakra after that. I'm moving up through the body. Just giving you a little taste of what the chakras are about and what they can do for you. In my other episodes, I have, the first 3 chakras. So, go tune into that if this is your first time listening. But chakras are really great energy pulses in our body that can really change our world and knock it right open. So I have some questions. Thank you so much for sending in your questions. I love them. Keep them coming. I get questions from around the world from you all. I do my best to answer as many as I can, and I'm going through them. So I pick randomly this question, and I promised her I was going to do her question this week. Thank you for being so patient, Fatsuma. I hope I'm saying your name right. Because it took me a while to get to you, but I'm glad I'm getting to you. So this is from Fatsuma, and she is moving from Rhode Island to Los Angeles. She wants to pursue acting and music and wants to know if this is a good decision. Well, I always say going for what you want is a good decision, but it looks good. It definitely looks good. I do have a note for you because I looked at the energy. Don't forget when you get to LA to create your own opportunities. And when I say that, I mean, what happens in the entertainment business a lot is people will go talk to other people, and then they try to follow what other people did to become famous or get known. Sometimes that's good advice, other times not. Know that you are on your own journey and on your own path with this. So what may have worked for someone else may not work for you. It looks good if you create your own opportunities. This will make more sense once you get there, because it looks like you are very creative. And if you allow yourself to think out of the box versus doing, like I said, what everybody else is doing, like, of course, you want to get an agent and photos and all this, but just think out of the box. This will give you more to work with, because that kind of is now how people get famous. Like, you can go to every audition and get turned down because, that's what the game is. But creating opportunities for yourself, check into web stuff too. I know you're probably moving there for the television and film, but don't forget about web opportunities. There's a lot of opportunities on the web, which then could lead to those films and those musical opportunities. But web looks good for you. So when you get to LA, explore web and think out of the box and go for different things. Don't just go for the typical stuff. That will make sense. Trust me, it will. I wish you all the best. I hope I see you on something. When you are on something, give me a shout out. Let me know, and I'll totally tune in. There's lots of fun shows, lots of stuff you can do. So the next question is from Kelly in Toronto. Shout out Canada. I love you. I love my Canadians. Her health hasn't been good. She wants to know if she should go for a second opinion. I always recommend the second opinion because if you feel like you should go get a second opinion, that means that the universe is trying to tell you something. It's possible the other doctor missed something that the second doctor will find, or maybe the second doctor is the best doctor, but definitely go for the second opinion. You're worrying a lot, which is also affecting your health. Of course, when we're not feeling well, we start to worry, but do your best to bring your worry level down. Let me go back to the lavender. Burn some lavender and chill. Because you're making yourself sicker, and that is problematic. That is definitely now that I'm looking at your energy, and I meant to mention this too when I was talking about the heart chakra. When the heart chakra is unbalanced, it brings in sickness. Something happened to make you really sad. I see a death. It looks like somebody passed away, and you started mourning. Definitely get a second opinion, but I will say to you this. Some of what's happened is the fact that you were mourning someone. So, think about that and figure out how to, it's always hard to let someone go. It's very painful, but, it is affecting you. So, some of what needs to happen is you fixing your own problem and your own health. I don't know if you're going to need any operations and all of that, but try your best not to take too many pills if you don't need to. Because it looks like you're going to be able to do this on your own, but you're going to have to really acknowledge the fact that you've been in mourning, and I don't think you want to admit that to yourself. It's hard for you to talk about, and you haven't really talked about it with anyone, so I wish you the best. If you need more, feel free to email me, because I could do a little something with you to help you shift your energy a bit, because if you shift your energy, it should help you. All right, so get in touch. All the best, Kelly. Joanne. Hey, Joanne. Joanne wants to ignite more love in her life. What steps should she take? Girl, I love that. Ignite more love in your life. That's always a good place to start. So, igniting more love in your life, which, comes back into play with the heart chakra, which is actually why I pulled your question, because I felt like it was a great question for this week. There needs to be a little more fun in your life, Joanne. Have some fun. It doesn't look like you've been having fun. It looks like you've been all work and no play, which is always problematic. I recommend a trip. It looks like you've been thinking about taking a vacation or a trip someplace fun. That will do you a world of good. More good than you will ever know. It will open your eyes to some things. Looks like you want to take this trip alone. You've never taken a trip alone and you're thinking about it. Do it. Good times. I'm seeing Europe. Like you want to do a European thing, like a London, Paris thing. Do it. It will be glorious. It will be wonderful, and it will make you feel so delicious. Do it. So that will ignite some love, because you'll be giving love to yourself. You're going to be taking time because you have the money to do this. I see that you're financially okay. You've got the money to do it. You just haven't. You've been working, and you didn't know if you wanted to take this alone because you had a friend that was going to go or something. It looks like somebody was going to go. It's not happening. That doesn't mean you have to stop having fun and loving your life. Do that. Basically, some me time is going to help you ignite some passion and love in your life. I recommend go buy yourself some flowers, some roses, some big, beautiful roses, and put those in your home and look at them. Just as a nice thing. Rose petals and roses bring in love. Get some and put out an intention of having more love in your life and see where that takes you. That's going to be beautiful for you. So try those things and it should be magical. I see that shifting. So those are my questions for the week. If you want to send in a question, feel free to send it at shoshi@YolandaShoshana.com. Please put in Sacred Rebel Radio in the subject line. That way I know. Because what happens is you all send questions in and you don't label it. And then you write me and go, did you get my question? And I'm like, maybe I got your question, but you never labeled it. So please make sure you label it in the subject line, because that way I can find when I'm shifting through emails. I get a lot of emails. I am able to go through and pick out the questions for the show. That would be so much awesome sauce. I really appreciate it. So the interesting thing this week, my weekly reading, which I do on my YouTube channel, is about love, which was not intentional, but maybe because I had love on the brain and heart chakra on the brain, when I asked the universe for this week's message, it gave me a love message. I just realized that. So make sure you're going to the YouTube channel and checking out my weekly reading if you need a little bit of soul food, more soul food than this. But yeah, this week it's about love and, you know, our traps with love and our choices, because we all have a choice when it comes to our love life. Even though people sometimes don't like to admit that, you don't have to settle. You don't have to just choose somebody because they happen to be there. You can be picky. You can wait for what you want. You can have what you want if you allow the universe to give it to you, if you have that conversation with the universe, if you keep the faith that the love that you desire is coming, because the one that you seek is truly seeking you. Sometimes you stop seeking and you settle for what's standing in front of you now. We all know people in those type of relationships. Understand it is far better to be single than in the wrong relationship, because if you're with somebody and you feel alone, that's not doing you or anyone else any good. So, you know, hold out if you need to, or if you're in a relationship and you're like, it's a little meh right now, because, you know, we all have to reignite the passion and the flames of love every once in a while. But there are steps that you can take to ignite, to bring that love back in. But it's going to take a little work. You know, sometimes we have to work to get it back because we get busy. There's so much taking us out of, love and light every day. Between the hustle and bustle of work, then there's kids to take care of, then there's drama. I mean, there's always something to take you out of a good relationship. So you have to dedicate a little bit of time to each other to make that happen. You've got to dedicate a little time to finding the one. I'm not saying you have to date every night, though. If you can, you go. But if you want someone, you can't sit around saying that love sucks and you will never find anybody. You've got to be a little bit more positive than that, because what you give out, you get back in. I know I say this often and I probably sound like a broken record, but it is truth. Truth, truth, truth. So definitely stop by my YouTube channel and subscribe. If you would like, because I'd love to have you. I always love to have you. It is so wonderful that I get to spend this time with you on Sundays. It brings me much joy. And I love being able to share spiritual energy with you at all times. And now that I'm going to be doing this ministry work, the hangout that I keep trying to start, I just get so busy. You know, I really want to do a Google Hangout, and now this gives me more reason to do one and formulate it another way. So I'll start some Hangouts as well and all that good stuff. So don't forget to send me your questions, and next week I will pull out a deck. I think I'll pull out the Sacred Rebel deck. So I'll be giving Sacred Rebel readings for people who send in questions and want them, as many as I can. Next week, I'll do maybe 4 to 5 questions versus just 3, and see where that takes us, because I'm trying to get to you. But if you want like a spiritual reading, it's a good week to send in a question, because I might just pull, because some of my questions are more about advice versus readings, though I do tap into your energy when I give the advice. But next week will specifically be spiritual reading. So send in your questions. So I guess that's it for me. I have a client I have to go work with. You know, those of you who follow celebrity stuff, and as you know, I do a celebrities predictions column on Cupid's Pulse. Well, some of you may know that. You know, when you look at the rich and famous, never believe that their life is better than you. So my celebrity client is going through a lot. We have a lot of healing work to do and a lot of energy work to do to get her back together. Like, it will take us most of the day to make this happen. So, but I'm excited to work with her. She's a beautiful soul trapped in negativity. So I'm going to do my best to help her out of that today. And by the way, my last tidbit, I have a column on Huffington Post, I'm a HuffPo blogger, I did post something about the divine feminine. So if you want to know a little bit more about the divine feminine and the divine feminine energies, go to HuffPo. If you do a search YolandaShoshana or even under divine feminine, I will probably pop up. So check that out. And let me know if you have any questions about that. So until next week, I wish you so much love and light. Kick some ass. Go get 'em. Rock you. You are amazing. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If so, you let me know. I'll kick their butt. May the road rise to meet you. And I will talk to you next week. May the magic be with you. Peace.